We still have to get the rear wheel put back together. But first we're going to work on the fenders and luggage rack and the lights. That's what's happening on this episode of Featherstone Bicycles. The first thing I did here was get the luggage rack and some of the other supporting struts and whatnot off of the fenders. Again, I don't want to mess with trying to undo these crimps on the inside. I tried a little bit with a screwdriver to pry that up, but you know, just don't want to mess with it. So I want to get the fender as taken apart as much as possible, and so I can clean it up. That's the front one, and then on the rear one, to take the light off, I got the lens off, I got the bulb out, and hit that up with some fine sandpaper to clean the bulb up. What we've got is a situation where the wire comes in and is just the sort of the wire ends of it, the actual copper ends of it, get splayed out in here, and then that's where the bulb screws in and makes contact. So I'm going to take that out and see if I can do it without damaging it. I was able to do that, and it's a good thing I did, because there is a lot of not a lot, but some corrosion on the end of the wires, so I'm going to have to clean those up so I can make a good contact with the bulb. I got those wires cleaned up, so what I'm going to do now is just put a little simple green on the steel wool, and trying to keep those wires out of the way. I know this is going to shine up very nicely. There's hardly any rust on there at all. Cleaning up the lens here a little bit, the rear lens, and then the back plate, the housing, whatever you want to call it, and then the front, that lens cleaned up really nice. Got a yellow bulb in that front. Might be able to use a little bit of steel wool on here. Just getting this generator cleaned up. There's a lot of crud, as you can see there. we're gonna twist this up a little bit. This has to go through here. And then into this little pressure. Twist that up a little bit better. And that little pressure connection there. That should be good. And then the back of the bulb needs to be touching that spring-loaded piece there. This goes in here like this. And we should be good to go for the front. Goes through this hole. Yeah, because this goes together. Yeah, this goes together like this. And it must go on to the back like that. Right. Now I gotta twist this again. Every time I twist it, I'm worried I'm gonna be damaging the wires to the point that I'm going to have to, might as well put this nut on here that secures the bracket, the housing to the fender. Getting this all chrome all dirty again, but that's okay. All right, now bring this wire around. Undo it one more time. Get it so that it splays. And get the bulb down in there. Get our lens on. Get our screw in there. So eventually we are going to get to the rear wheel. This goes on this way onto the frame, and so this goes like this, and then this goes over that to keep it in place. Squeeze that together, get the nut on. But one last thing before we do get to the wheel is I wanted to show you I got the other pedal. Got a set of pedals. The other one doesn't have the cap on it, but this one does. And I did have it soaking for a couple days in some PB Blaster around there just to see if I could pop it off. I had to pound the screwdriver in between to prop that up, but it did now just come off. I tried to turn it, but it was turning the whole mechanism. It was turning this as well, the whatever this was attached to, which is part of this. So now I've got it off, I can get it on the other pedal. The cap goes on here. There we go. We got two matching pedals. And we will now commence with an expedited version of building a rear wheel. spokes in the wheel, we can start the touring process. Bits here. Now that we've got the wheel trued, we're going to put our semi-clean spoke guard back on. Get the freewheel on. Trying not to cross thread it. Go. Get that washer on. All right. Remember not to tighten this down too much or you'll crack the plastic nut. Okay, that's it. Everything's done on the shelf and the wheels are hanging up there. Just one thing left to do, and that's to put it all back together next week. I will give you a hint to the music. Toulouse-Lautrec would really like this one. Thanks for sticking with me, and I hope to see you next time for the finale of Season 8 on Featherstone Bicycles.